with me. Pull out your nine while I clap on mine. Now what, nigga? I ain't got time for this. So what, nigga? I'm not trying to hear that shit. Now you wanna buy me diamonds and I'm on these suits. Ain't you been a genie and Chanel now boots? Things that make up for all the game and the lies. Homework cards saying I apologize. Is you with me? How could you ever deceive me? Payback for bitch, motherfucker, believe me. Louis Vuitton shoes and a whole lot of booze. Every other week a different dude, another cruise. I make moves nobody can refuse. You ain't see me on the channel 9 news. I get paid just for laying in the shade to take pictures with a glass of lemonade. I rock like this walk a lot. I put on style, speak for itself. Like a wrestler, another notch under my belt. Do you bezel up, chrome treasurer? UNO competitor. I'm 10 steps ahead of ya. I'm a leader. I'm some following shit. Coming in this game on some island shit. Just up hot, to get to the top. I put 100% in every line I drop. It's the Q to the B with the M-O-B-B. Queensbridge, Brooklyn, and we D-double-E-P. Whoa, y'all wish I did a life I lived. And yo, God, I'm telling when all this done.
Yo, what's up guys, your boy Eugene Smiles, and I'm back with another video. If you clicked on it, you already know what we're going to talk about. Lil' Kim has finally dropped a new album. She's had projects, but she dropped a new album after a little over 14, 15 years. But before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I drop a new video. So you can stay in touch with me, keep in touch with me, you know what's going on with me, and I can know what's going on with you. But before we get started, what is your favorite Lil' Kim song, your favorite Lil' Kim album, and your favorite Lil' Kim feature? Make sure you leave that down in the comments, and I will reply with mine. So, this has been a long time coming. It's been years and years and years and years and years and years. We've gotten mixtapes. We've gotten some features, we've gotten some kind of throwaway singles somewhere in between there. We've gotten some, oh, it's coming soon, but we finally got the album. Lil' Kim has finally dropped her 5th studio album titled 9. 9 is a very significant number for her, and she titled it 9. It has 9 tracks. So when the album was finally like officially coming out, I think it was 2 weeks ago, she said it's coming out October 11th, and it was like, oh, we got a release date, it's soon, so it's finally gonna come out. I was like, I'm ready. You know, I am a huge Lil' Kim fan. I fell in love with Lil' Kim. I started liking Lil' Kim back when she was with Junior Mafia, Get Money, Backstabbers. If you don't know Backstabbers, check out Junior Mafia album, bomb song. I fell in love with her during Notorious K.I.M. era. She has a song on her album called Suck My Dick. It is fire. That's like probably my favorite Lil' Kim song of all time, and that's when I fell in love with her. And I've always loved Kim ever since then. She is definitely one of my favorite artists. She is I feel the most influential female rapper of all times. Like, before her, there was nobody that was rapping like her, had a persona like her, that had any of that. And Lil' Kim was the one that kind of started that. And all the girls, most of the girls, especially the ones that have went mainstream, have followed that same path and have had success. So, Lil' Kim paved the path. So, no wonder it's so easier for these new girls. But I'm so happy. So, I was just thinking, what do I want from this album? So, initially, we've been getting a lot of mixtapes. She dropped Lil' Kim Season. She had the Black Friday mixtape. She had the Miss Goat mixtape. And I was just like, okay, on a lot of those she was doing auto-tune, and I was like, I really don't want auto-tune Kim. No auto-tune Kim. I really want bars. Like rap, give me bars, like hardcore, like Notorious K.I.M., like La Bella Mafia, like Naked Truth. Like, give me bars. I want rap. So that's one thing I was saying I wanted. I really would have loved to have gotten about 15 songs, but when you have a theme, 9, go with the theme. I'm fine with that. So what we got? What did we get? So pray for me. We're gonna start with the first track. But first of all, let me tell you how I rate albums. When I rate albums, I don't compare them to other artists or other similar artists that have albums out or anything. I compare albums to the artist's previous work. So I'll be comparing it to her previous mixtapes, comparing it to her previous albums. Also, I look at production. Are the beats fire? Are there transitions? Do all of that? Is it good? Is it good? Are the beats good? The production good? Is the sound quality good? Lyrical content. What are you talking about? Are you saying it in a creative way? Because at this point, there's nothing new to say, but how else can you say it that it's going to be creative? I'm also going to talk about features. Who are the features? Are they worth it? Did they do a good job? Could we have gotten different features and gotten a better product? And I'm also going to talk about the album flow. You know, when you're listening to an album and it got that nice like 3 or 4 song flow where it just go from like banger to banger to banger, and it's just like, that's also what I like to rate it on. I think that's everything I like to rate it on. So I heard, earlier this year we got Nastiest One, nice little like reggae sing dance song. It was cool. It's not on the album, but then she dropped Go Off. I love the beat for Go Off, but I wanted her to rap. She rapped a little bit, and I felt like she could have rapped a little bit more on it. Pray For Me came out a week before. I love the production of Pray For Me. I wish Music Soul Child had slightly different lyrics, but I like the transition of him praying, Kim rapping, and then it going into Rick Ross, and then it going into Kim rapping again. I did like that. So we got the album, and what do we get? So we're gonna talk about first, I think, my standout tracks from Kim. Now, I'm the biggest Kim fan, but I'm also, well, if this is your first time on my channel, I'm gonna be completely honest. Even my faves, I'm gonna be completely honest about everything I say, and I also am gonna tell you why I feel that way. So don't feel no type of way. Again, it's my opinion, my educated opinion. You know what an educated opinion is? My educated opinion. First of all, again, production on the whole album is completely fire. I give it a 5 out of 5. I think it has a lot of really dope beats on it. It seemed like they kind of took their time. They found the right bass. I had to listen to it on my beats, and it's fire. Production is A1 on the entire album, beginning to finish. Next, the album flow. I found myself listening to this album on my way to work early this morning, and the flow of the album is dope. Everything kind of eases right into the next song. I think the song selection, the song placement selection was amazing on it. So that's not a problem for me. So let's talk about the features. We have Rick Ross and Musiq Soulchild on Pray For Me. I like it. I think it's a really good mix. Something we wouldn't necessarily expect. I think Musiq Soulchild, he's a mature artist, so he's been around for a minute, and I think she needed somebody like that on there. So A1 for the features with Rick Ross and Musiq Soulchild. Carisha and OT Genesis. Found You, when I first heard it, I was like, okay, booty, rocking over there. Miss New Booty. I grew up on Miss New Booty, so I mean, it's fire. It's got the West Coast beat. I think Carisha did what she's supposed to do. I like Carisha on the beat. She just rides the beat. When she her own beat, she ride it flawlessly. OT Genesis, I was kind of like, why is he on it? That seemed kind of random to me. I've never heard of him and Kim having any kind of relationship, like friendship or anything. And I thought, being that it was kind of a West Coast beat, it would have been great to have, I don't know, maybe The Game or YG. I think YG would have been great on the song. But when I heard OT Genesis verse, it was fire. Like, he really snapped on his verse. And so it's not a bad thing, but I think this song would have been better with some West Coast flavor, being that it's a West Coast beat. And I think YG would have killed it. But they did a good job on the song Found You. Rich the Kid on Catch My Wave. Hated it. I've heard some Rich the Kid stuff before. I'm not super familiar with him, and I think I've liked a couple songs, but him on this song one was just cringeworthy. He once started his verse, it sounded like it was off beat, and that he was trying to jam a lot of words in, and it was not flowing correctly. And I just felt like, I don't know, it just seemed really random. He's very this generation, and I think she probably should have gotten somebody maybe a little, that's been a little seasoned in the game. But then again, the song's called Catch My Wave. That's a newer generation thing. So I don't know, I feel like she could have gotten somebody else on it that would have maybe meshed with her a little bit more. But I didn't like the Rich the Kid verse, and he either should have written his verse, or she should have gotten somebody else, or just been by herself and rapped another verse. That's always an option. And then there's another guy, I think it's LZ or something, that's on the last song. He's not listed on the credits, but he's listed like on the credits inside the book if there's a CD book. But he actually, I liked his verse on there. It was pretty cool. So the features were okay. She could have got some other people, but they were all right. Lyrical content. This is something that I was kind of really looking forward to, because being that Kim has been out since like 94 when she was 17, and now she's like 40 something. And you know, she's talked about all of it, the money, the pussy eating, the shooting, all that. It's always good to see what they're gonna talk about. Like Jay-Z on 444 and on even his other later albums kind of started talking about different things. So I was hoping that Kim was going to talk about it. She is really talking about pretty much the same thing. Catch My Wave. There's haters. You know, pussy fucking and shit. And she got a song where she talking about shooting and shooters, which is dope. And I don't mind that, because I like my ratchet shit. I like my battle rapping, shit talking, gun toting, all that shit. But I was kind of waiting to see what else she was gonna do. I was a little disappointed that I didn't get anything maybe about motherhood, her having a child, her last relationship, something that could have talked about some kind of relationship song that didn't work out because she's not with her baby's father anymore. She had a couple money issues or legal issues. It would have been great to kind of touch on that. I think it would have been dope for her to have a song where she like caught us up on the last 14 years, you know, what you've been doing, how that's been going. Like, it would have been great to have a song to kind of catch us up as an intro. If Kim ever hit me up, when I tell you I got so many ideas for songs, so many, and they will be 5. But the lyrical content was pretty much basic in what we kind of know already about Kim. She talked about the haters, people in the comments on social media, this, that, and the third, and I was expecting a little more, but I guess catch a wave. Next, I'm gonna talk about my standout tracks. Standout tracks, definitely Bag, which is the second song on the album. That caught my attention head on. Though again, she's kind of rap singing a lot on it. It is fire. The beat is fire. Like, she has some bars on the album, and I really like that. But this is the song that definitely stood out. I can see people jamming to it. Hopefully they make it a single. They can get it serviced to radio, give us a video. It could be a little cheap video. It ain't got to be nothing extravagant, but Bag definitely sticks out as one of my favorite songs. Another one which took a minute to be kind of for me to get into it and really like it was Too Bad. Too Bad really stuck out for me. I love that beat. Is so fire. The way she's riding that beat is fire. And I think it would have been really dope to have Young Thug, because y'all don't understand, like, Kim has been, she's been rapping since at least the second album, Notorious K.I.M., which I think was like 96. I want to say it was like 96, 97. So this isn't nothing new to her. So like all the rappers, Young Thugs and stuff, this is what they sound like. And Kim is just doing it. And I love this song. This is one that kind of snuck up and I was like, ooh, I think I like this song. I think it's really fire. So I really like Too Bad. And I hope they can play it in the club, and I gotta learn the words. And it's just a swaggy song. It's just so fucking swaggy. And she had a few bars, but it would have been so much better had she actually been like rapping the bars and doing some of that other stuff on the chorus, because it would have just been fire. You Are Not Alone also was a song that stood out. Of course, when I seen the title, I was thinking of Michael Jackson, and it's so funny because she does kind of do a Michael Jackson part in there. But You Are Not Alone, I had no idea what it was about. And it's basically talking about, bitch, you not alone because I'm watching your motherfucking ass. I'm finna get your motherfucking ass. You are not alone, just watch you niggas with the scope about to drop on you niggas anytime it can go down. Like, it was, you see how hard did that sound when I was rapping it? Like, I really like that song. I think it could have been a little, it could have went a little further, but that's another one of my favorites on the album. Of course, another standout track is Found You with OT Genesis and City Girls. It's a banger. It's a nice little club track. Kim Gut, she gives us a verse. Everybody has fire verses on it. Don't think we're gonna get a video because Carisha is super pregnant, but it is a definitely fire song. Hopefully we get a performance out of it. And then I think the song that a lot of people have been talking about, which is a song that kind of came out a while back, is Auto Blanco. She's giving straight Kim on that album, straight old school Kim. That song gives me everything I need, and I wish I got that on the entire album. So what am I gonna rate this album? Out of 5 stars, I'm definitely gonna give it a 3. Again, I think the biggest part that made me not give it a 4 or 5 was the lyrical content. On Kim's 4 previous albums, they all were like, she was going through something really heavy. You can tell in her music, she like explicitly talked about it. The first album was Hardcore, which is a classic rap album, definitely the best female rap album of all time. I don't give a fuck, argue with your mama, it's the best female rap album of all time. And she didn't have a whole bunch of heavy features on it. Biggie did a piece of the chorus, but he wasn't even on the song. And it was just like she was able to hold it down. And she even gave the whole Crush on You song to Lil C's and did a remix later. So during that one, she was just getting out of Junior Mafia, like the head of Junior Mafia, and was kind of just trying to make her own ground and make her own movement. You can tell because that album goes fucking hard even today. Notorious K.I.M. also was a pivotal point for her because she just lost Biggie. Like, she had lost Biggie not too long before that, and it was so funny because everybody was saying that Biggie was writing all of Kim's rhymes and writing all her rap. So it was just like, okay, but I gotta prove to y'all who the fuck I am outside of Biggie. Now I gotta deal with his death. I gotta deal with y'all. And she got a line where she's like, be glad I pushed my album back. I gave you hoes a favor. Like, she said that in the Notorious song. Like, Kim really had to come through, and that was an album that a lot of people did not like upon release because she was rapping, she was singing, she had samples that were like old school pop samples. She had like Grace Jones on the song. It was really different, and it's so funny because that was the kind of album that a lot of the newer female rappers that have kind of crossed over, that's kind of what they mirror to do, get those kind of pop features and pop samples and do things like that. And Kim was doing that back then when it wasn't cool, and people did not necessarily like that album that much. What's up? So and then when we go to La Bella Mafia, La Bella Mafia was the time when she like left Junior Mafia because of the whole court case with the Hot 97 shooting, and she was on court with that, and she was like beefing with them, and she was beefing with Foxy still, and it was a lot. And that album, she goes super fucking hard, you know what I'm saying, and gave us Jump Off, gave us Magic Stick. Like, that was an album where she kind of had to prove herself again outside of Junior Mafia and having to deal with, losing people that she kind of came up in the game with. And then, of course, one of my favorite, The Naked Truth. Kim was found guilty of perjury, going to jail 1 year and a day, 3 years probation, public humiliation, poor representation, guilty by association. That's the whole line out of the album. Naked Truth is one of my favorite Kim projects because it was like she was going through, you know what I'm saying? She was about to go to jail for 1 year and a day for holding up the street code, and the people that were supposed to watch her back did not watch her back. And that's something that, I think a lot of people can identify with. And even though it didn't go gold or anything yet because Atlantic dropped the ball and did not promote it, damn Atlantic, it's definitely a classic. I feel like her 4 previous albums are classics. And she was mad on the album. She was going at 50 Cent. She was going at Junior Mafia. She was going at Foxy Brown. She was going in. If you haven't heard The Naked Truth, definitely go look at and listen to the Naked Truth. So those 4 previous albums are classic to me. They're flawless. This album, I don't think can stand toe-to-toe with this album. To me, this album feels more like an EP. It feels more like a mixtape. Something that she could put with Black Friday and put with Lil' Kim Season, because not because it's bad, because I enjoy those things, but it just doesn't give me that album feel that I expected from Lil' Kim when it came to 9. Good news though, good news. This is only part 1. So she has talked about part 2. Possibly collaborations with Cardi B. She hinted at Cardi B. Collaborations with Missy, Paris Hilton, and other songs. We know at one point she was in the studio with Remy Ma. She was in the studio with R. Kelly, which they probably scrapped the song with R. Kelly for reasons you already know. But I think part 2 is going to be better. I think it's going to get more complete. Because another thing with the flow, though the album flowed seamlessly from beginning to end, at the end of the album it feels like it should be more. It feels like there should be more songs, or there should be something else. 9 songs. If you're gonna do 9 songs or 7 songs like Kanye doing, they have to hit hard, all 7 of them. And I don't feel like all 9 songs hit hard and completely completed the project. So I'm gonna give Lil' Kim's 9 3 stars out of 5. I am still waiting for part 2. Hopefully part 2 comes out before the end of the year. Like, I think November 1st will be great, Kim. Just go ahead and just drop it in about 2 or 3 weeks, and we will be super, super happy. Hopefully we get some videos, all that, and a tour. I heard she's not going on tour with Faith Evans anymore, but you know, hopefully we get a tour. I'm super excited. I'm just glad that my fave, the legend Lil' Kim, Queen B, is out making music again. I'm just glad. But we want some more, and we want you rapping. Give us some rap, Kim. You got it in you. Give us some rap. Show these girls how to do it. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out.
What are your thoughts on Lil' Kim's album? Make sure you leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and click a link for more content.